update with Green Bay Police Chief Andrew Smith.
And Chief Smith brought along Lisa Wachusky, the Records Department Supervisor. Good morning to you both this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, we wanted to touch on the fact when, we were talking about topics this morning, you wanted to bring up, Chief, that, a police department is much more than just the officers that we may see out on patrol.
Absolutely. Behind the scenes, there are a bunch of people that work hard every day to make sure that those officers and those detectives can go out and do their jobs, and Lisa's part of that.
Now, what type of jobs are there for civilian employees at a police department?
Well, we have a forensics crew that goes out and handles crime scenes, collects evidence. We have a great shop crew that keeps our police cars running. We got 80 or so vehicles that have to keep going day after day, night after night, 24 hours around the clock. We got 4 guys that work back there. We have, of course, all the records personnel that Lisa supervises. We have forensics examiners that work on computers. We have crime analysts. We have the folks in maintenance that keep our building up and operational. So we got a pretty big crew of people that behind the scenes make the police department work.
And without, these civilians working alongside of you, Chief, how hard would it be to accomplish your job, yourself and the other officers?
Impossible. We could not do what we do, could not do our job and get out there and keep Green Bay safe without the backup of the crew that works in our station. It's great.
Lisa, tell us about your role at the department.
My job, I'm the office manager at the Green Bay Police Department, and I lead up our front desk staff and our records division. Our front desk is basically the hub of information for the police department. They encounter all the civilians that come in and basically greet them and figure out what they need. Our records division handles all of the validation processes for the officers' reports, making sure that they're complete and ready to be referred off to the courts. I'm also the records custodian. We get many records requests, so I have to review all of the records requests and release those records to the public.
How important are some of those roles, Lisa, to helping, the chief and his staff accomplish what they need to do?
Extremely important. There's many people with many years of experience that know the job very well. They're a wealth of information for the officers. Officers will come in and we will help them along with whatever they need when they need it. So we feel like we're a really good support system for them, and we back them as best we can.
It sounds like you wear a lot of hats at the police department, and you've been there for many years. You worked your way up, didn't you?
I have, yes, I have. I started as a call taker back in 2007, worked in the records division. I was an evidence technician and now the office manager. And so I've loved everything that I've done there so far.
Nice.
That's fantastic. Well, obviously you play a very important role, so thank you for joining us.
It's a great team. It's a really great team we have.
Absolutely. And you need to have a team like that.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit, while we still have time left, about the Safe Park initiative as well. I know we wanted to touch on that this morning, Chief.
Right. We started it just this month. It's the ability for people, if they're out, having a good time in downtown Green Bay, and maybe they've had too much to drink, or they certainly don't want to drive if they've been drinking, they're able to park their car on the street without worrying about getting a ticket. There's placards that are in about a couple dozen bars downtown. They can get a placard, put it in there hang it on their mirror, and not get cited that night. Pick up their car later the next day, or take a ride share, take an Uber, take a taxi, whatever it is. We just don't want people who've been drinking getting in their cars, and this is part of that.
Now, this just went into effect. How is it working so far?
It's working great. We have 24 taverns that have signed on. They have the placards, no charge to the customer, no charge to the taxpayers, because all the money was donated from the Crime Prevention Fund to get this thing going. So it's a win all the way around for us. The big win is going to be if we can prevent those drunk driving accidents from occurring. Keep people from behind the wheel if you've been having cocktails or drinking beer at night.
And have people been using them?
Absolutely. Yep, they're using them. It's working fine so far. Great cooperation from our folks that write those parking tickets, who aren't writing them, if you have that placard in your car.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, both of you.
Chief, Lisa, thank you both.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
We'll be right back.